Good morning to all of you. And so I have already shared the link where you need to submit the two programs that I have given uh, in the last two classes for your home assignment. You people need to submit it there, right? So all of you need to submit it by today itself because after 5 p.m. the link will be closed. Okay. So I hope by that time all of you will be able to send the assignment into the given link. Okay. Those who have sent me personally, they again they need to upload it there. Okay, so that is for the assignment submission part. Now today we are going to talk, or we are going to see one more program, one or two more programs related to our Linux problem actually. Fine. So the problem that we are going to do today, first, let me write the question. Just a minute. Okay. So we need to write a C programming in Linux. We need to write some C program in Linux to execute a particular commands concurrently with some command of pipes. Means some piping commands will be there to execute that particular command. Okay, to execute that particular command to get some number of lines, words, characters of a file. Okay, so this means automatically the things will be there, whatever the scenarios is going on. We need to write some C programming to illustrate or to show execution of commands concurrently with some command of pipe. So we are trying to make some pipe particular problem here, trying to write some particular piping problem which we are going to run and show some output, getting some output of some particular number of lines, words, characters of a particular files. Okay, so just going for that. Okay, so here is my terminal and we are going to create some particular file where we need to write some particular C programming code, and that file then we need to execute to check to run the particular scenario to get some output. So here our aim is we need to use some system calls of Linux to write some program to execute commands, or means two commands actually. Suppose ls is for listing some file, ls minus l, that is for long listing some file. So these are two commands differently. So using maybe this type of two commands we are going to use at a time by using some piping procedure, piping system calls, right? So the piping, with the help of some piping procedures, that is going to be work. So how we will proceed for that? First we need to create a process, and creating a processing means that is a child process. Creating a processing means, Sachin Yadav, kindly unmute yourself. So creating a process means that will actually trying to creating a child process. Then after that we need to execute some commands. We need to write some commands option into that particular scenario, and that commands, that whatever we are writing, that process will be executing by the child portion that we have. The child process will be created. Okay, and then we are going to execute that particular commands of what counts, that will counts or number of lines, words, characters, this type. So first one particular command, something like suppose ls for having some files, the listing of some files, and again we are using some particular commands for counting the number of lines, words, characters. So there are several commands that is working simultaneously at a single time, and we need to actually append that with the help of some piping option, with the help of some piping command, right? So how we can proceed for that? first we need to create a particular file, right? So let us first create a particular file. So nano, suppose pipe.c. So as I am going to create a C program here, so I am writing some nano pipe.c. So nano pipe.c will be there. Then entering the scenario, we are entering into the interface mode where we're going to write the particular problem, a particular C programming code. So first there will be some header files as usual, as is a C programming. So the header files first will be there. Fine. Then some main functions, whatever will be, okay. And then the logic getting started. So here first, as I said, we have to create a child process. So you have to use some fork option. Okay. So how we are going to do that? First, we need to initialize some type of variables to hold the values, to put the values of the creation of fork. So the ID will be processed. There are the parts we have already seen in our previous classes, right? So considering upon the scenario, so we are first creating some dimensionaling array. Fine. So suppose some dimensional array of this, then some variable to hold the value of the newly created for child process, or whenever creating a child, the value will be putting some there. I am using some piping function here. So pipe function, against that pfd means the array whatever we are going to create, and then the variable that will hold the value of the function, that will hold the value of the function. Okay, now first the check is there will be some checking part, so whether it will be correct the fork or the whether the child was created correctly or not. So we have seen the scenario in my previous classes that if the child is not created, then some message will be displayed, but here we are not going to display type of messages. Just we are first going to check that if the child is getting successfully created or not. So first the value will be checked with some this. Okay, so the child will be created, then it is fine. If not, then that will be closed. So if the process, if the child was not created successfully, then we are not going to do any type of particular part. Okay, so fine. If p equal to 0, then the process will be there, the child was created, so we can go for the processes, right? Or if the not, then there will be some other conditions. So if p equals to 0, then let me write scenario. Here we are going to execute some command, that is for, suppose we are going to execute the listing files of command. Okay, so some listing file of command we are going to execute, suppose ls, that can be executed. What are the scenarios to execute some files? Ls we can use, ls minus l we can use. So these are the scenarios that we can use here. So ls, and then again some ls, and now this part, for this bracket there will be a bracket close, and then if this is happening, if the p equal to 0, then this portion will be executed, otherwise else. We are going for the second option, that is first of all closing that particular part. Close pfd equal to 1 will be there, pfd 1, and then again the execution of another type of commands. Another means two commands we are actually trying to run at the same time with the help of this piping function. So this PFD, that is the part that will be doing the piping function, that will be piping the connection between the commands, and we are going to get the result there with the help of those particular command. Okay, so suppose WC word count. WC stands for word count. When we are trying to using some word count, so WC, that will be helping us to count the word of a particular file or lines numbers. All the scenarios will be counted there. All the scenario will be counted there. Then they will be stopped and this will be stopped. Okay. So here, suppose this is the simple code that for running a particular. Okay. Here, I think I have missed this something. So this is the particular scenario that has some code here for the process of this piping function, where two type of scenario. If the process was created successfully, then for that we have some values. We are having some values that is going to be executed. That some commands are going to be executed, and in the case if it is not, then another type of commands or for the files will be counted. So piping this pipe PFD, that particular part will be the process to piping the function. So first, what we have to, if I analyze the step by step this procedure, first we have used some call for fork function. We have called some fork function to creation of the child process. Here some fork function is used for the creation of the child processes, right? Then we are writing some closing option. We are closing some that particular part and copying the old file descriptor. So file that the previous we are trying to create, the file that we are going to work here, that descriptor is going to be duplicate. So copying, that means that is duplicate. So that I have used that DUP, that is for the duplicate part. So copying the old file descriptor, that is DUP, and then we are trying to execute some commands for the particular scenario, just like ls minus l for the long listing, means the files that can be executed, and these particular portions will be executed by the child. Okay, the particular portions will be executed by the child, that process. Now if it is correct, then fine. If p equals to 0, this part will be executed. Else if it is not, if p not equals to 0, then the again closing the reading option. For first one we have closed the read option for 0. Now second one, that is the 1, and then the process will be goes on and again duplicating that particular part, that is PFD of 0. Then again I'm trying to copying the old file descriptor, right? And file descriptor closing the 0, and file descriptor will be closed, and then we are going to execute the commands like that, what WC to count the number of lines, words, characters. This type of commands we are trying to simultaneously. So WC and ls2 to define type of commands that we are trying to use at the same time to get some values or output, right? And these both commands will be concurrently executed by the piping function that we have used, that is the PFD. That argument will be helping piping function to process the particular part, right? So suppose consider this is the simple code for that, and now if I'm trying to run this particular part, then what will be, first we need to check the part that whether it is correct or not, whether all the scenario that we have right here, all the thing is correct or not, right? So first we need to process it. So just a minute. Okay, so the option to run this, to compile this particular part, that is again for GCC, that is for compiling this particular file, GCC pipe.c. So here to compile this particular file, right? So there we are having some warnings. We can see some warnings are present. Okay, so warning doesn't give any problem. Fine. So we can find out that the thing is working, giving some warning, means there are some, means depending upon the version of the Linux, the code you have run or code you have written, there some can be some type of warnings can come. Okay, now the next part, that is for the procedure flash.a.out to run this particular problem, to run this particular code. And now if I'm going to run this particular part, so we are having some values. So these values are for the particular file, that the how many number of lines, how many number of words, the number of characters totals are present. So we can see that is the my particular file we have used here, right? So this is the particular scenario for in particular file. So getting a particular value, again that particular file, that how many lines are there, how many characters are there, how many total things are there. So we are calculating all the values. Okay, so by writing some particular command, so we can say that we are executing some files value. We are having some files, the values of that particular part is going to be executed, and we are having some particular values against that, having some particular values against that. So now if I write particular command of this ls minus l, suppose, so total we are having some values of 124, means to getting some how many files or what are the process, what is the things, what are the present values are present there, calculating all the calculation, all the values, long listing files, total number of files. We are having this number total of 124 to as an output, and having some values of number of lines of calculation against that particular number of lines, number of words, number of characters we are going to find out. So two commas, that is concurrently with our main target is that how we are achieving to using the piping function to use two particular commands at the same time. We can connect it by the part of this piping function. So we are trying to create a pipe function against that to find out some values, to get some values again that. Okay, so this how we are using some piping function, piping and passing some argument there against that. With respect to that particular piping function, that argument is going to be passed, and we are getting some particular values for that. We are having some particular values for that, right? Now here one more scenario for a client and server process, we can say. Suppose scenario is that we are trying to find some processes, suppose two unrelated process that are no connection between each other, but we are trying to communicate between those two unrelated processes using some pipe, obviously using some piping conditions, again some piping functions. Okay, so I'm trying to find out some communicate to unrelated processes. Shivam, kindly unmute yourself. Mute yourself, sorry. So suppose I am trying to find out some particular programming to communicate between two unrelated processes using some piping options. So right, again we need to write some piping options to communication, for the communication between two unrelated processes. So we need to write some code again, and the processes are unrelated. I am saying that again the processes are unrelated, there are no connection with there. So what actually we are trying to do, so we are having some two particular scenarios, one for the client side. Okay, suppose a file have been created, and that file will request or send some request. The client will send some request to that particular file, and then the file, when we are receiving the request for that particular file, the result of that particular file, whatever the value is present in that particular file, that we are going to be getting as a result. So a file will be there, consider a file name A will be there, and we are going to write some particular code to access that particular file. The client will be requesting that particular file from the particular memory and getting the output into the result for by the particular process. So the process will be using some piping function for the request of to that particular file, and then the output or the result for that particular file will be displayed here. So my target is, if I go for one by one process, my target is there will be two sides, one for the client side and one for the server side, because the client will be requesting some files to the server, and against that the server will reply the file with the result. So there will be two processes, from the client side one, and there is again for the server side. So two particular code we need to write for two different part, client and server. So we need to create two different type of functions, one for the client, one for the server. Now the thing is, what will be the part in the server and what will be the part in the client? So in the server side, it will be receiving the messages, and the client side, the client will be sending the message request actually. So in the server side, there will be creation of a fast piping function, some system calls will be there. And when that when server will having some request, then if the request was success or if the request was correct, then it will be responding on that, and if the request is not correct, then it will be not responding on that, right? So if two scenarios is there for in the server side, so the client when is actually sending a request, so it will check that whether the request is correct or not, or the whether request is means authenticate request or not. If it is authenticate, then it will refetch the request data, and then it will be displayed the data to the client, and if not, then it will not work on that particular request. And second part, that is coming from the client side. In the client side, the client will send the message to first it will check that all the client what is the sending the request, that request should be correct or not. So the client having the code, or we need to write some code on the client part to get the request, and if the request was successful, then to get the file and having the data, or to visualize the data of the particular file. So two part here, if one for the client and one for the server processes, right? So if we write a code for this particular problem, to write a C program to illustrate some communications, or to make a communication between two unrelated processes using some piping function, using some piping function. So we need to write code into the particular editor, any of the editor. But before that, first we are going to try to create a particular file. Suppose a particular random file I am trying to create here. I am trying to create with some cat option. Okay, so suppose cat file, and in this particular cat file, I am trying just putting any random data. Okay, so suppose this is a data, that these are some values that is present in this particular file name, that is file. So coming out that particular part. Okay, so coming out this particular part, that is our control D, pressing by the control D, we are coming out from the particular file part, right? So this is my file we have created. Okay, so forget that we have created a file, forget that particular part. Now create a particular C programming file. Now we need to create a C programming file to put the values, to write the code. Two codes will be there, means two part will be there, not two codes, one for the client side, one for the server side, right? So first just create a particular file, create any particular file, suppose nano un. So suppose I have created a file named unpipe.c, so unrelated processing for pipe. So some two processes that is unrelated, we are trying to attach that particular file, attach the communication, create a communication between those particular using some piping function. So as it is some C problem code, so first there will be some files, header files actually. Okay, so let's okay, so piping function for that. So we don't know whatever the file types will be, what will be the value. So now there will be two part, as I said, one for the server side and one for the client side. So there will be two particular section, one for the server side. So two functions will be there, one for the server side and one for the client side. Okay, now consider the process get started. So first we need to create a particular process for a child process actually. So again, we are trying to using some child process or creating a child process. So for that, there will be a creation. So to create that, we need to use some particular variable where the process, after the creation of the particular process, the ID will be stored. So okay, in PID, I have used a particular variable here. So consider the scenario that PID equal to fork function. PID equal to fork function, the child process for the child process creation, right? Now we need to use the piping for the two processes, two unrelated processes. So consider there are more particular scenario that P1 right. So that piping will be connected. So we need to connect these two processes, so unrelated processes. So pipe P1 for one and pipe P2. So we have connected with this particular two processes. Okay, now suppose if we are trying to connect that, so suppose first we will check that if PID equals to 0, if PID equals to 0, then the process some particular, if it is correct, so if PID equals to 0, then it will going for that particular whatever the scenario we have seen in the previous part. That first we need to close that particular process, not process, actually close the particular piping section, the process where we're going to, the part where we're going to execute. So close the particular descriptor, we can say the first means the best term we can use here, that closing that particular writing option so that no one can write. So we can add the data. So close means here the closing, where I'm closing the writing option, no option, no one can write here, right? So close the first part, that will be closed here, the P1 option. Again for the second one, now the client, okay, so the client will be trying to create a request here. So client is sending some request to the P1 to P2, considering the client is P1 requesting some data from P1 to P2. So client P1 part 1, then the process of then of 0. Okay. Shivam Kumar, mute yourself. Sound is coming from your end. So here the client is trying to send some request, the client part will be there. So here we are, when the client is sending some request, they will be waiting. So it is not like that the request is sent and we are using some wait function here. So you wait, we are process the wait, and then the part for return 0, some value will be returned in the process. So wait and return 0. So wait option is there, and then the return 0. So this is considered the basic structure, the basic process. The process is going to, now there is two sides, the client and the server. The client, we have used here a particular portion for the client. So what will be the role of the client and what will be the role of the server, that is going to be defined, that needs to be defined. So first the part is void client. So there the client, the argument will be passed, right? So suppose two variable that is need to pass. So suppose int a and comma int b. So two things we have used. So two variables, suppose int a and b we have used, right? Then in the part int I, j and suppose n, three variables that we have used here. So now we maybe have some files, the something that needs to be requested from the client side, right? So suppose some characters, putting that particular, some we are creating some array here, some character stack of array. Here we are creating with the name of fname, the function name, and the file name we can consider. So function considering, suppose this is the file means array memory size we are allocating, and some buffer we are allocating to hold the value or to get the value stored for some particular moment. So considering these are the particular some values we have present. Okay, now we need to print some file name. So what file we are requesting from the client side, what are the file I am requesting, that needs to be mentioned. So print the file name that will be requested from the server side. So here enter the file name. And then we need to scan that particular data. So printf and scanf will be working there, as it is maybe it can be considering a string. So then is putting that value into the fname part, putting that value into the fname part. Right now, the thing is that the printf the client, we are entering a file name, and that file name needs to be requested, right? So considering printf the client, so we are writing some message here. The client is to display the user to the display to the user. The client sends some request. So wait for some time. That's something like that. Okay. So suppose sending request. Wait for some time. So just a simple message I have placed here. Nothing scenario. So n will be closed. Okay, now there is putting some waiting state, so there will be the thing will be waiting. Now if the thing whatever the thing have been requested from the client side, if the thing is okay, then that data will be received or fetched to the client side, whatever the part. So right, suppose particular part A, the value that we have used into the particular here, that is client in A and B, this particular scenario, right? So here whatever the things we have used, we are passing that particular value here, so it will be right A. Then the particular buffer, it will be stored the file name first, whatever the file name it will be coming. So fname, and then the particular buffering value, the store value that will be needs to pass, right? And then that value, the ends, the using some variable that needs to be stored into that particular, or we need to read that particular file, and the file will be stored where in some buffers, right? So it will be put into some buffer value. So the value we can be read from that particular section. So buffer continuously for the value of 2000 part, and that buffer will now the become to store the or giving the value. And then if the things, all the things run successfully, then we are going to get the result from the client side. We are going to get the result from the client side. So the results, we can say, so the value or the result of the particular part, so the results are, the result is, we can say, then we are getting the result as a particular value. We are getting that as a particular value. We are whatever the request on that particular file we are getting, right? So the option will be particularly like this one, the buffer value and the value of n that is holding it. So this is the part for the client side. These are the part for the client side. Now we need to write the value for the server side. So then there will be a part for void server, and then again some values will be passing. Suppose A and B I am passing here in A and B, because the client will be requesting, and that will be requested to the server side. So the value is going to be put into the server side. Okay, as there is some time short problem, because I need to finish the problem right today, so I am going to just write the copying the code here, because writing it will be take some time. So just give a moment me. Yes, bye. Just a moment. Okay, so the scenario is something like this. So okay, so we have put the part of code in the server side and putting the same the values, the buffer part, and reading this all the options that is coming. And if it is correct, then it will be read the particular part. If it is the value is false, if the particular request is wrong, then it will not open or it will not give any value. So suppose this is my particular part. Now we need to go for it. You need to check that whether all the things are right or not. So suppose this is my file name, that is unpipe.c. So again, some warnings are there. Okay, so no issue on this warning. So if I go for the particular part dot a dot slash a dot out, so when I am entering or compiling the code or executing the code, here it is asking for the file name. So what file we have created previously, the name of the file is something like this file. So the file, if the name was file, enter the file name, it is requesting some file. So as I said that when the client is sending some request, it will wait for some time, and then if the process is correct, then it will be providing us some value, and if it is not, then it will not give us any type of result. Okay, so let us check that whether the file, whether it is correct or whether the request was correct or not. Okay, so we can see that after some waiting part, there are some requests and the values we are getting, that is good morning Chavasini College CC department. So this file, the value, we can see that these are the result, the same things we have written in the particular file. So cat file, if I doing that, the same things we are getting here, respective the value whatever we have put here. So the request that have been sent there, so that is correct. So suppose now I am trying to any random names here. So suppose CSE. So suppose I am trying to write a random name, file name of CSE. So I don't know whether it is this particular type of file name is present in my system or not, or present in the whatever the part. Okay, so if it is there, then some value will be shown, or if it is not, then whatever the result we can see. Okay, so let us check. Okay, so something cannot open. The results of the client side we are getting here, that it is cannot open. So something, the CSE, it is value, it is not, we can fetch here, right? So that particular value of CSE we cannot fetch here. So this is the particular part, that whether by connecting this particular scenario, we are not getting any type of file name. So I'm again some file name names of B. So I don't know whether it is correct or not. So my motto, what I'm trying to say, that by these two particular, we can connect a client and the server using some piping command, piping function. The unrelated processes can be connected to fetch the value of a particular file or data to receive. So here nothing like B is present, so cannot open file. This type of messages is coming. So this is the particular part by which we can actually get the value or fetch some values by requesting from the client side to the server side to get the value from the server. So here the thing is happening in the system. I am writing some code and that is going to be executed within the code. It is not like in type of socket programming. Socket programming is connected between two different systems or devices where the connection or the request should be made through the socket programming, but it is some pipe